Hello, hello, hello. This is Scrapping Like a Lady. It's been a long time since I made a video, so I thought I'd get on here and just say hello and show you guys a couple of things that I bought today. I was real frustrated. Let me make sure I get the ability to see any. Okay. I don't know how to make sure I can see those comments, but anyways, I was very frustrated today. I went to look for the Tilda fabric and I was looking for the Merry Little Christmas. If anybody know where I can get the Merry Little Christmas fabric that has the snowmen and the deers and all the little things on there, please hit me up. I've been scouring the internet, eBay. I saw little 10 by 10 squares, but I definitely need I want a few yards of it. I just found out that Tilda, that company makes their fabric, they print them out and then it's done and they go to the next print cycle, and that's why Tilda fabrics are so sought after. But I was able to find, I called my local fabric store and wait a minute. It must be inside of here. And she's like, yeah, we have it. And she was actually my quilting instructor. And she was like, yeah, we have that A Merry Little Christmas. And I asked her specifically, do you have the one with the prince with the Santa Claus and the deer? And she's like, yeah. I get there and there were none. But I did find one print that I totally wanted. I hope you guys can see this here. Let me turn it up like this. Can you see that? I'm doing this on my phone and it's kind of small. Let me see if I can enlarge it. I'm afraid to touch this thing and then it's like, did you check Hobby Lobby? Is what my friend said. Really? No, I didn't check Hobby Lobby. I will definitely do that on Monday. I don't care if I got to pay full price for it. I want that fabric. I was about to get this one little bundle they had, but they were eighths, and I was like, that's just like this and this. I'm not even going to really get any. So that was just so frustrating. It wasn't a waste of a day because I did learn a lot. The thing I learned was when you see Tilda fabric and you like something, you better get it because it's gonna be gone. And they don't reprint. And then I got this one right here. I got a yard of this one, and it's like little hollies on there. It's so cute. So I thought that was a cute background. And then I got this one right here, which I think is extremely cute. And those three coordinate and go together, as you can see right there. Then that was all I got in the Tilda. But I think I'm going to go back and get the same prints because, they have it in different colorways. I'm going to get it in the blue. And I don't know why I didn't there. Probably because I was a little frustrated. Then, of course, I love anything Lori Holt. I've been collecting all her books so much so I've got duplicates of the books. But she has that new type graphic, I don't know. And this one right here, typograph. That's what it's called, typograph. But my God, the last time I got any of her templates, I got them at a D-stash, and the lady gave them to me like a bundle of them. And so I was like, oh, this sucker was $46.99. I was like, huh? And I don't know all that's in there. I know all the letters are in there, but it says that it has 63 templates. So I'll be interested to see all of that. And of course, I could put it on my scan and cut or my Cricut and cut out letters and all of that kind of stuff. But sometimes, well, no, for me, it's all the time. I like having all the things, So I did pick up those. And to go with that, they had the kits, but I don't like well, let me not say that. I like buying kits, but then I will start to feel like, well, everybody has this quilt, and it just doesn't make it as special. So um, I didn't buy the kit, but I did buy two different patterns. I picked up this one right here, just my type quilt, and this one was $26.29. But isn't that so cute? That is so cute. I really like that. And then I picked up the typewriter quilt, this one right here. And this one was $21.29. Oh, I didn't tell you, these fabrics right here, Tilda, honey, they proud of their stuff. They proud of their stuff. So, when you go to the quilt store, you gonna pay their prices. So these ones right here was $17.99 a yard for these ones. And this one, they didn't have a full yard. It was a little short of a yard. Um, yeah, so each one of those basically were 18 bucks. And then those two patterns in that. But I saw this. I was watching one lady, and she was doing a walkthrough of, the vendor show that we can't go to. And she showed this one right here. And I thought I had saw this before. I don't know if this one is new for this year, but I don't think so, because I think I've seen this one before. Um, yeah, it's an Elizabeth Hartman one, but I just think it is so cute. It just, the animals are holding the quilts, and this one was $30. And so this next one right here, they actually had it at the quilt shop up on the wall, and they were pretty good sizes. They were larger than the ones that we get from like Juju Designs that you can display on your little metal stands that you can buy. And that is the Seasonal Snowmen. Sarah Koshmash and Sandy Bronner. It's this one right here. And it's all the different seasons. And it was $24. And it comes with the buttons for the eyes, but I've got to get some carrots for the nose. That's what I want to get. Make sure I wasn't missing nothing. The carrots for the noses, but they have, I love snowmen. I don't know what it is about gingerbread and snowmen that I absolutely love, but yeah, isn't that cute? That is so cute. So I also collect these, and they're by different designers. Riley Blake's designs do them, and I am behind in collecting them because this particular quilt store, it's my closest quilt store. It's in the Colony, Texas, and it's called Social Creative, and social is with a SEW. And Erin is the owner there, and she's a beautiful woman, and she wins the like, she makes purses and bags and stuff like that, and they I guess she enters them in contests because she's got all these blue ribbons and stuff like that that she's won, and she displays all of the ones that she's won. But anyways, this one right here, it's a little kit, and it includes all the stuff. And it posts there. I was just looking at a post. Sorry, it distracted me. Anyways, so they're not very big, but the kits come with everything that you need inside of it. All the fabrics are in there. So I usually am not one to like kits, but I'm kind of teetering both ways. but I love the fact that they give you a pattern. And if I don't like it, I can change it 101 times. So that's that. Now, those are all the things that I wanted to show you that I actually bought. I'm not going to be on here long. I didn't want to just do a video. I wanted to actually ask that big question. Does anybody know where I can find that fabric? But guys, I am all set up and I'm going to show you guys. My quilting station has been set up for what? A month now. And I have not been bold enough to go over there and start quilting. My husband has everything all set up for me. Let me show you guys that right quick. He has this all set up for me. It is ready to go. I have not even turned on the power button. I'm gonna put my hands right here. The power button. My husband said, find someone who has the same setup as you and just have them come over for a few days, pay them whatever they want. That way you can get over your fear of this machine, which is really strange because I've never been fearful of anything. But I think the fear comes in that I spend so much time doing my quilt tops that I don't want to mess up, on them. After you spend all those days, weeks, and hours and months putting together your quilt top, and then you simply stitch it and get a bird nest underneath. I really don't know what my fear is. I just know that it's there. So Mary Anderson. Oh, that was you who said that on there, Mary. Hey, girl, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. You better get over to that shop. You know what we got to take, what business we have to take care of. Anyways, my girlfriend invited me to go to church tomorrow with her, so I am going to go to her church. I have not really been digging my church, so um, yeah. They're just too political for me, just way too political, and I'm just not feeling it at all. I get a knot in my stomach even when I think about going to church, and that shouldn't be. So I'm not going to go and participate till I feel better about it. And even I might change churches because of it. That's how big of a deal it is to me. So anyways, I'm gonna get off of here and go put away my stuff. I told my quilt teacher, she was actually the one that checked me out too, and she was like, so because I've gone in there every single week, and she's like, wow, you're really doing this thing, huh? I'm like, yes, thank you for giving me your cocaine, because now I am totally addicted to quilting. And she just laughed and she's like, the rabbit hole goes long and deep. And yeah, it really does. I never thought that quilting would ever be my thing, because I do like garment making. I've never shown you guys any of the things that I've made when I quilt, when I've sewn garments, but um, usually I throw them away. And I know that sounds weird, but I make things, and like the one dress I made, everybody went to the seamstress and they had their dresses made for my girlfriend's wedding. She was remarrying her husband. And I literally waited to the last minute to make my dress. But when I say my dress came out so beautiful, everybody kept saying, like, oh my God, where did you get your dress from? And I was like, I made it. I even made beaded straps and everything like that with pearls. And it was just really, out the ballpark, even if I must say so myself. But after the wedding, I threw the dress away. I would never wear that dress again. First of all, I just think that it would not be an honorable thing to do, because I think weddings are personal things. And it's like a wedding dress. You wouldn't wear your same wedding dress again, if you were marrying your husband 30, 40, 50 years later, so I just threw it away. Um, but I do love garment making, and I have the Diddle machine upstairs, the projector that, you buy the subscription, and you can download the patterns and it will project onto your cutting table the pattern, and you can just cut it out. And I noticed that my subscription renewed itself, and it wasn't very expensive, but it was a waste of money because I haven't sewn a garment all year, and they took out another hundred and something dollars out of my account, and I was like, crap. I'm just wasting money. I'm subscribed to so many different things. I need to put that app on there that cleans out all the stuff you're subscribed to. But not only just subscriptions, but I'm actually subscribed to a lot of YouTubers that I really like, like Power Tools with Thread and some of the self-help people on YouTube that I watch and all of this kind of stuff, to become emotionally mature, So, yeah. Um, but let me show you guys one other thing. And I don't have the big one, but no, I left it at work. Man, yeah. Anyways, I made these little things like this. Can you see it? It's all in the hoop for quilting too. So I thought that was really cute too. But anyways, um, I've got a whole pile of bags that I'm sewing. I've made the little cosmetic bags, these little cosmetic bags like this. And for free, when they buy them, I embroider their names on it. And this person's name is Summer. And this is for a little girl. But I also make big bags. And I have an order for 3 more bags. And they're not very costly, but people like handmade stuff. I charge like 36 bucks for them, and the smaller ones are like 25, and you get it personalized, at no additional charge. So my bags are actually selling pretty good, which I'm really shocked about. But again, people like personalized things. So yeah, you guys, that's all I have to say tonight. I just wanted to make this quick video. Oh, wait, one more thing. I got a box. Let me show. Now, you know who I wish, and I hope she watched the replay of this video, is Crafting on a Dime, because she does a lot of quilting. She will be on tomorrow morning at, does she come on at 8 or 9? I think she comes on at 8 to 9. But, oh crap. I love watching her stuff, and I love talking to her on live, but I might have to miss her tomorrow because I'll be at church. But on her videos, or any quilting videos, we cut out a lot of patterns that have to be, I'll show you. There are these really unique rulers. So when we're doing the flying geese, and you have to cut off, you mark it and then you cut it off. You don't have to do that with these rulers. I guess it's hard to explain if you're not a quilter, so I'll just show them to you guys. And if you are a quilter, you can go and find them. But there are these ones right here. Can you see that? You probably can't see that with the plastic and the plastic. My husband is upstairs working. That's why it's so quiet. He's not interrupting me. Okay, it's called the Simple Folded Corners. And I did get both sides, and the ruler looks like this. As you can see, it's cut here. So when you put it up on the fabric, you cut here, and then it has your 1/4 inch seam allowance, and so you're able to sew right down. As opposed to marking it, sewing it, and then cutting it. You don't have to do that. All you simply have to do is put this on the ruler, cut it, and sew, and you're done. So no more marking. for those side seams. So I got the large one and I bought the small one. But I'll tell you, because they've got some dupes out there and I didn't want to get the dupes. I bought mine from Bella Rosa Designs. And I want to say the large one was like $32 or $28 and the smaller one was less than that. My invoice doesn't state the price. It just shows that I got those two rulers and their numbers, their lot numbers or whatever. I don't know. So, okay. That's all I have to show you guys. I'm gonna go and put this stuff away and I'm going to go finish those purses that I need to, well, not purses, cosmetic bags. And I'm actually in the middle of a quilt. I'll show you guys that one really quickly. And this is for my husband's niece, his daughter. So it looks like this. You probably can't appreciate the colors, but it's this purple little colors like this. But this is the quilt block. This is the design of it from here. So yeah, so this was made my husband, when we went out to California, you guys might not know this story, but we went out to California 2 weeks ago. So you guys know, I went to Ecuador and I came back. I was home for about a week and a half. Then I went to Belize and I came back. And lo and behold, we weren't even home a good week before we had to fly out to California. And my husband's mother had to be resuscitated and she had been in the hospital for like 45 days and it was just a lot. So miraculously, she's awake because they had to put her in an induced coma. And so now she's awake and she's up with assistance, but she's up and everything like that. But when we went there, when we got to the hospital, his little niece was there and her 3 kids. And as shameful as it is to say, we've been in Texas for 30 years and we have not been back to California, but no, I have not been back to California but one other time, and that's when his niece had to be resuscitated. And she passed away though. But I just felt really bad, because his niece, I love Keisha, and she has 3 kids. Well, her kids are graduating high school. So when I saw her last, she didn't have any children, and now she's got a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old. And I was like, oh my gosh. So it was my first time meeting Keisha's kids. And they were just wonderful, sweet little girls, 2 girls and 1 boy. And I got everybody colors that they like, and I am going to make them all quilts. So my husband took me to, there's a, what do you call them? A harbor where ships come in. And so, of course, fabrics are going to be cheaper there. I found fabric for $3.99 a yard. I was blown away. And so that was some of the prints that you saw right there. And so I didn't get a lot because I had a carry-on. And my husband said, honey, you might want to bring a whole suitcase. That way you can get as much fabric and stuff as you wanted. But I'm like, no, Willie, I'm not there for that. But one of the big stores was right down the street from the hospital. So we were headed back to the hotel and my husband took me over there and I was like, oh, I don't want him to be right. So I'm not going to get too much stuff. I didn't want to take up his time and be greedy. I wanted to be there for him and, the situation at hand. So, but I was able to pick up, 4 or 5 different patterns and I got a couple yards of each. And, my husband, who is really bad to have around you because he was just like, you need to get more of this. It's all right. We'll get a suitcase and yada, yada, yada. But he had that smirk smile on his face where I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So anyways, that's my travel for the year. I am not going anywhere else. I am not going anywhere else. I said my goodbyes to his mother, and I'm good with that. So we will take care of the funeral expenses and stuff like that if she passes away. But I am not flying back to California. I have no desire to do such things. I am tired of flying. So I never thought I would say that, but doing 3 trips back to back like that, I'm done. I am so done. So I am off to Quiltland, you guys. So I went upstairs to my sewing room and I'm like, gosh, I haven't been in my sewing room in forever. I've been down here. You guys all know I converted the formal front room and living room into the front room and the dining room into my quilting area. So when you come in my house, it is a mess, a mess. But you know what? I don't care. We don't get a lot of company. And our house is a hobby house. My husband does all that studio stuff upstairs with all this keyboards and all this stuff. And our house is not a house for it entertaining anymore. It's a hobby house. So we're going to start the build on the house in Ecuador. We've pretty much finalized um, the architectural designs that the architect sent us, and so yeah, um, we're gonna break ground on doing that pretty soon here, and I guess my husband's gonna have to fly back to Ecuador because there's I don't know something's going on with the air conditioner, but the realtor is dealing with all of that, so she'll have a contractor come out. I don't know if you guys knew, but we had some really bad rain and it ruined the roof, the third floor and the second floor, and she had all of that redone for us. Of course we had to pay for everything, but she had it all redone for us. And the tray ceilings, I was like, they are not going to be able to get that right, because they're like 1 foot deep tray ceilings. Those people came in there and they did that. They did that. I looked up to the ceiling. I was sitting on the couch and I was like, I can't even tell where the damage was. The paint wasn't mismatched or none of that kind of stuff. They did an amazing job, So, but I guess something's going on with the air conditioner. So I don't know if Willie's going to go back. I know that realtor said she would handle it. She knows all the people that do all the things, So, but when they start to break ground, I know Willie's going to want to be there because he's not going to want any shortcuts or anything like that. When it comes to pouring the foundation and getting everything right. So, and that'll be great. I love it when he leaves and, we miss each other. And that's good for a relationship, honey. I like that. So some people are like, oh my God, I hate being away from my man. I do not. It's been 33 years and I am okay with that. So gives me time to find Lisa again. And I don't have to cook because, my husband love to eat. So I am going to go and put away all of these wonderful designs. At the end of it, the lady gave me my bill and I was just like, oh my good Lord Jesus, did I spend all of that? But you know what? I have no regrets when it comes to my clothing stuff. So I'm going to get off of here and you guys be blessed. Deuces. Go to church tomorrow. Bye-bye.